On today's Wednesday tutorial, we're gonna learn how the three factors that has various effects are commonly used on your plugin. You have the three factors that it's eculators, shaping, mapping, and shaping. Basically, you can calculate your volume to envelope, or you can map it's possible to map your filter, although you can filter you can filter your effect to a new function, although you can calculate your volume to a new function, which is envelope. Then you have shaping can't be functionalized to a new function. As I said, that you can create a function of calculating your volume to envelope, but you can't shape your EQ to any function, but you can shape your EQ on your map. So we're going to focus on calculating, because you can calculate your volume to a different function. So I'm just going to give you a typical example. Let's just show you. Okay, let's focus on volume, and you just okay, envelope. So we're calculating our volume, we're calculating our effect volume to envelope. So on the map, you have two functions which are subjected to be decay and sustain. Within this, so on our map, I'm gonna show you how you can control your scale. So the certain rules that need to be known, or they are commonly known. Basically, your release point won't be modulated if it's aligned with your sustain effect. So let me just show you how it works. So from excuse me, yeah. So when your release point is on sustain, your attack point can work, sustain point can work, but your release modulated point won't work. So those are the rules. If yeah. So I'm gonna de-align my sustain point from de-align the point that was on sustain to create the release function. So basically, my release modulator will functionalize my point of 3 to 4 point, or 4 to 4 point. No, excuse me, 3 to 4 point. So it's the rule of mapping your point. So although your sustain point will be function modulated, yet your release point won't function, or it won't modulate. So we're gonna focus on points and how scaling works, or time scale works. So just make it simple. Sustain level. Right. You just create the typical example so you can understand how the functions or modulators, how these modulators works. So basically these modulators are meant for time scale, so you can understand that when your sound plays, the volume will play to a certain duration. Yeah. So for example, let me just create a simple example. So okay, this okay, cool, this might make sense. Let me just create a short time scale so you can understand how the scale works. So from point 1 to 2, your scale it's at 002.0.01.000. So I want to put it on 1. There goes our scale, 001010000. So I'm gonna put it on 2, then put it on a percentage of 100%. So a point from 1 to 2, or 2 or 4, it's 001020000. So I'm just gonna increase the percentage to 100. Okay, yeah. So a point that's, yeah, okay. Wait. Okay, so a tag point, we'll put it on 1 so it can make sense. Zero. Okay, yeah, 2. So decay scale. So as you can see, once your point from 1 to 2, it's at 2. So it's when it's on your second point, you can see the scale starts to increase from 00 to 01, then it increases, then you reach your tension point, then it increases from 2, then you add a scale of 002, 03, 076. So we want to increase the duration of the scale. So let me just, okay, excuse me, just have to de-align my point of release. Okay, and put it on 00. Okay, just, yeah. Okay, so from point 3 of 3 or 4, your scale is at 0203. So it increases till you reach your point 3 of point 3 tension, point 3 to 4 tension. Then it increases to point 4 of 4. So our scale is 003 02 000. So that's our scale of your sound, which has been calculated from volume to envelope. So basically those modulators are meant to conduct the scale of your sound. So you know that you have your decay point, your sustain point and release point, and your modulators has a functional of creating the sense of the scale of your point or your effect. So those modulators are meant to create a scale of your effect. Might be equalizer or shaping or mapping any given or any effect of your function that you want to calculate or map or shaping. Then for example, you can shape, okay, wait, mapping. For example, you can actually volume your calculate your volume to modulating X mapping, although it doesn't have a scale. So your volume, when your volume goes to the effect of modulating X mapping, you don't have a scale or you don't have those two functions that you find on envelope. And when you shape, excuse me, your effect of local EQ, you don't have a effect that you find on calculating, for example, calculating your envelope. So when you map or shape, when you shape, you don't have an effect, and when you map, you do have an effect of keyboard mapping and so forth. But when you shape your effect on the graph. So calculators and shaping, mapping, excuse me, they do have two factors. We can then when you map your effect, you don't have any alternative option. So basically, these two factors are meant to control your effect, and the modulators are meant to create the idea of how to scale your effect. So your effect has to have a scale. So those are the functions of the effects that you find when you create your acculators, mapping or shaping. I'm L the Plug. Thank you for watching. See you on Wednesday